How's it going, everyone? Hope you're well, looking after yourselves as always. Mr. Boulder here, and I'm back today with my top 30 albums of 1993, the Honourable Mentions. Did the top 30 just in the last video. That video lasted over 40 minutes. This one isn't going to be anywhere near as long. A great year for music, a great year for albums, so it's time to showcase the ones that didn't quite make the top 30, but still decent listens. Cheers. Let's get straight into it with the only LP I've got to show out of this lot. The rest of them are all CDs. It's The Little Angels and Jam. Absolutely love this album back in my teenage years. And whereas I still do enjoy it, when I went back to it, I realised it's not quite as good as I remembered it being. Still plenty of stuff here that I enjoy though. Toby Jepson on the vocals. He plies his trade in Wayward Sons these days. Great songwriter, great vocalist, knows how to write a good hook. Some good stuff on this album I really enjoy. First track, The Way That I Live, is really good. Too Much Too Young, I think that was the first single. Brilliant song, catchy chorus. Splendid Isolation is a good track. Soapbox I really like as well. Womankind, fantastic ballad. Colour of Love's quite a good song. Sail Away, another good ballad. And there's a cover here. Tired of Waiting For You, So Tired. Can't remember who does it originally. Might be the Kinks, but I'm not sure. But a good album, this. Yeah, I really loved it back in the day when I was a teenager. But going back to it, still enjoy it, but it's not quite as good as I remember it being. But it's still a decent listen, and an album I can put on and enjoy. Just don't love as much as I did when I was younger. Up next is an album that I actually wrote down to be in the top 30. For some reason, I completely missed it. And not only that, I was waxing lyrical about this album with my friend and bandmate Rich only a couple of weeks ago outside rehearsal when we was having a break. So I can't believe I forgot to show it, but let's show it the love now that it rightfully deserves. It's Aerosmith's Get a Grip. Fantastic album. Cannot believe I forgot to show this. This was the last Aerosmith album I really love. I like stuff that they've done since, but this is the last one I really loved. This is a fantastic album. Loads and loads of great songs on this. Produced by Bruce Fairbairn, who was producing all these big hard rock bands back in the day. There's so many great songs on this. Eat the Rich is fantastic. Get a Grip. Fever, Living on the Edge, that was the first single. Great song. Shut Up and Dance is a great track. Crying, great ballad that is. Crazy is another good ballad. Amazing, Boogeyman. Pretty much everything on this is superb, and it should have been in the top 30, but for some reason I missed it. Steven Tyler's vocal performance is absolutely fantastic. Joe Perry's guitars are great. Joey Kramer's drums are superb as well. Just an album packed full of great melodies, catchy choruses, nice riffing. Superb stuff from these guys. I'm just astounded that I forgot to include it. But there we go. Sometimes we make these cock-ups. But great album, really enjoy it. Aerosmith, Get a Grip, superb stuff. This was brought to my attention by Metal Mickey. I completely forgot to show this as well. Freak of Nature, their self-titled debut. To be fair, I've not had it that long, and I just completely forgot to show it, but it is a really good album. I've got this in their second album, and this is definitely the better of the two as far as I'm concerned. Mike Tramp, of course, from White Lion here. This is what he did after White Lion split. And it's a great album, really good hard rock for 93. Turn the Other Way, Rescue Me, Possessed, Where Can I Go? Stuff like that. It's a really good album. I need to give it more spins if I'm perfectly honest. But I really enjoy it. Yeah, much better than the one that come after, has to be said. But this is still a really good album. Mike Tramp's voice is superb. This is produced well. Catchy stuff, melodic hard rock from Freak of Nature. Their self-titled debut is just a really good album. I need to spin a bit more if I'm honest. Up next is an album I talked about not too long ago. I did my Sacred Reich discography album ranking. This is independent from 93, of course. This is Sacred Reich moving with the times with mixed results. Some of the stuff in this is very good. Some of it is completely forgettable and some of it is not very good at all. The title track is really good. I really do enjoy that one. Free's a good song, just like that. I think I Never Said Goodbye. It's just awful. Goes on forever and ever and just does go absolutely nowhere. Completely pointless song. Should have been left off the album. Do It is an okay track. But yeah, this for me is bottom of the pile with Sacred Reich's discography. Still some good stuff on it, but an album of mixed results. And definitely the one I spin the least when I'm listening to Sacred Reich. Up next is Fight and War of Words. This is, of course, Rob Halford's first offering since exiting Judas Priest in 1992. For me, this is an album that suffers with the fact that all the really good stuff is at the start of the album. And even though there's no bad stuff on it at all, for me, the best stuff is right at the start. And then after that, my main problem with it is there's a lack of sort of pace. What I mean by that is all the songs, sort of as the album goes on, seem to be of a very similar tempo. And for me, it makes the album a little bit stale. And so I don't enjoy the rest of it as much. But the first track, I think, is Into the Pit. It's just superb. Such great riffing on that song. Nailed to the Gun is also brilliant. Track 2, really, really good. Immortal Sin, fantastic stuff. War of Words. And like I say, the rest of it I do like, but it's just not as good as the stuff that starts this album off. This has got Scott Travis on the drums from Judas Priest, and Satchel from Steel Panther plays guitar in this as well. So, yeah, the riffing's great. The solo's good. But half the songs I just find, I think are just okay. And don't enjoy as much as some of the earlier tracks in this, but still a good album, still a very good listen. If you're after traditional heavy metal in 1993, then this is exactly what I wanted to hear. Good stuff from Rob, really, really good stuff. But yeah, the second half of it just lets it down a little bit, but it's still an enjoyable listen. I still like it. But yeah, just a little bit more pace, a little bit more variation in the speed of some of the songs would have made this much better for me. Up next, Manic Street Preachers. This is Gold Against the Soul. This is when they were already starting to sort of lean a little bit more towards sort of some indie sort of style. Definitely not as good as their debut, Generation Terrorist. That is a fantastic album. Still plenty of good stuff on this, though. James Ian Bradfield's voice is really good. Richie Edwards, of course, was still around. He's been missing since about 1995, I think it is. Never been seen since. Good stuff on this. Sleep Flower first track's really good. From Despair to Where, I love that track. Great chorus. Life Becoming a Landslide's another good song. Title track's good. Yep, a good album, a good listen, but definitely not as good as their debut Generation Terrorists. These guys put out some absolute crap these days, but back in the 90s they were really good. But good album this, but not as good as their debut. Up next, and is Steve Vai. This is just told as Vai, though. This is Sex and Religion. Now, this is an album that is 70% really good and 30% absolute fucking nonsense. It's very, very self-indulgent in places. But when it's good, it's really, really good. It's such a shame that he didn't have someone to sort of, tell him to calm down and sort of not so much sort of mess around with the crazy out there shit too much. This has got Devin Townsend on lead vocals. This is the very first thing he ever did. But Here and Now is a great track. The vocals on that are superb. In My Dreams of You is a great... It's not really a ballad, but it's got a ballad vibe to it. And it's got a fantastic chorus, which is sung brilliantly. I love Vi's solo on it. Still My Bleeding Heart's a good track. So Sex and Religion. Pig's a good song. But there's some other stuff on this that is just... it just doesn't do anything for me at all. It's almost like weird for the sake of being weird. And it upsets the flow of the album. A good example of that is the song Down Deep Into the Pain. Now, one of my best friends, Glenn, had the 12-inch picture disc single of this. And it had the full version, which is on this album, and it had the radio edit. And the radio edit is far better, because the first half of this song is absolutely superb. And the last half of it is just a load of old nothing. Weird sounds going on in the background. Nothing really... brings nothing to the song whatsoever. The single edit is far, far better. It's an album where if they stuck to writing the proper songs, it'd be much better for it. But there's a lot of self-indulgent nonsense on here, and just kind of ruins the flow of the album for me. Half of it's really, really good. Well, like I say, about 70%, but 30% of it I just don't care for at all. And last up today is some death metal, and this is Malevolence Creation's Stillborn. This is nowhere near as good as the two that come before it. Retribution and is it the Ten Commandments, I think, is their debut. Those two albums are just death metal gold, and this is definitely a silver. Not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just not anywhere near as good. I mean, Brent Hoffman's vocals are still fantastic. There's still some good riffs in this, and there's still some good songs in this, but it's really lacking the hooks of the two previous albums for me. This is going to be damning it with faint praise, but one of the things I like most about this album is that they sampled some of the music used in the Aliens film as the intro, which sounds fantastic. But the rest of it, like I say, it's good stuff, but there's definitely a lack of hooks here, and memorable songs. Some nice riffs, good vocals, but yeah, it's just disappointing compared to the two that come before it. I mean, Stillborn, the title track's really good. Ethnic Cleansing I like. Dominion of Terror is good, but just not as good as the ones that come before it for me. I was quite disappointed when I heard this because the first two absolutely blew me away. And I picked this up expecting the same, and whereas it's good, it's just nowhere near as good as the previous two. A bit of a shame, but still a good album. But yeah, if you're looking to dig into these guys, I definitely recommend going for the two that come before this first, because they are much, much better. Right, guys, that's it for today. Nice quick video compared to the last one. Cheers for watching, as always. Get in the comments, let me know what you think about these albums. And thanks to everyone who watches, likes, comments, and subscribes. It's very much appreciated. I'll catch up with you next week. Until then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.